Ladies and gentlemen, the disturbing news coming from the national capital. At least 18 people are feared dead following panic and chaos on the platforms of the New Delhi railway station, which resulted in a stampede. Out of the 18 feared dead, we told you that 9 are women and 5 are children. Now, taking stock of the situation, the Railways Minister has ordered a high-level probe. According to the statement from the Delhi police, a stampede occurred on the platform number 14 of the New Delhi railway station this happened at the escalator near the platform. This is platform number 16 we are speaking of. In response to the incident, the Union Health Minister JP Nadda has instructed doctors and officials to assist those who are injured during the stampede. The families of those dead are still, as one would expect, in shock. Times Now has spoken to eyewitnesses and victims who have poured their heart out. They have spoken about this tragic incident. Listen in.
Right now I'm at platform number 14, and this is the place where unfortunate incident took place last night at 9:30 p.m. All of a sudden there was a surge of crowd, because of which there was a stampede and many people lost their lives and others were critically injured. They were evacuated to hospital. Let me show you. Even right now also you can see that many of the belongings are lying scattered. You can yourself imagine what really must have happened last night when all of a sudden there was an unprecedented rush of people coming out to this place. What the people are telling us, that there was a delay in the train and some people were asked to move from one platform to other platform. That led to the sudden surge, and because of which people started tumbling from these stairs, and that led to casualty. Right now there are eyewitness also with us. Let's speak to them. आप उस समय यहीं थे?
Yes sir.
क्या हुआ क्या था?
सर ये वो यार कि कभी तो वहाँ बोल रहे हैं, कभी उस पे प्रोग्राम ट्रेन चेंज करें 10-5 मिनट में, कभी उधर पूरा झूठ बना दिया.
मतलब कभी आपको कहा प्लेटफॉर्म उस पे?
हाँ यस सर.
अच्छा.
कभी करे 44, कभी करे.
आपने कहाँ जाना था?
हमको वहाँ जाना तो कुंभ के मेले में.
कुंभ के मेले में?
यस सर.
तो ये आपको लगी?
हाँ ये लगा सर, ये लगा सर.
हुआ क्या था उस समय यहाँ पे?
वो समय पर ये हुआ था सर कि उन्होंने प्लॉट नंबर वालों ने चेंज किया. कभी आधे घंटे में, कभी 20 मिनट में, कभी 5 मिनट में, कभी उधर. मतलब वो पब्लिक को झूठ बना दिया. ये हुआ सर.
तो उस वक्त आपको फिर इंजर्ड ये किसने पट्टी वट्टी किसने?
मैंने खुद ने गर्म पट्टी लिया है.
अच्छा.
50 रुपए का लिया, फिर उसमें दवाई
भी लगी आप?
हाँ ये नहीं सर.
कितने लोग इधर गिरे हुए थे उस समय?
यहाँ सर पता नहीं कितने थे. घायल तो बहुत हैं, गिरने वाले भी बहुत हैं. मतलब बहुत बड़ा हादसा हुआ सर.
So he is an eyewitness.
मेरा नाम बताऊं? मेरा नाम किशोरी लाल सैनी, इंडियन आर्मी, साकरत.
So he is Kishori Lal Saini. He is an eyewitness. He was on his way for Kumbh Mela. He said all of a sudden there was a surge of rush, and because of which people started tumbling and falling on each other, and many people lost their lives and some others were critically injured. They were evacuated to hospital. Immediately after that, the Railway Protection Force came out to this place, and let me show you that this is the place where actually people started falling, where the surge of crowd led to casualty, and this was the place where they had to board the train. There were already 2 special trains moving towards Prayagraj, and then there were also 4 existing trains, and the people were waiting for that. Because of delay in train and shifting of the platform, that actually led to the casualty, and that led to the surge of people. And right now you can see everything here appears to be normal. They have tried to manage the crowd. They have tied the rope. They have taken all sorts of measures so that such situation doesn't arise anymore here. So since yesterday we have seen that the Railway Protection Force had been here. Lieutenant Governor has also spoken to Chief Secretary, has also spoken to the Commissioner of Police, and they are trying to ensure that the best of the facilities are provided and the crowd is properly managed, and the special train were also ran so that the people were immediately evacuated from here, so that there is no more crowd here at the platform number 14 and 15. And let me show you, this was the place where actually they had to board the train. As the train got delayed, some people say that all of a sudden people just moved to board the train, and while they were trying to board the train, that was the time when that led to the sudden surge of crowd. Some people fainted, and that led to further panic and chaos. They thought that there was a stampede, and in the process there was a heavy rush of people falling on each other, and because of which there was a casualty. And right now you can see that a short while back a special train carrying passenger towards Prayagraj moved. The Varanasi train moved from this area. And let me again show you. Let me show you. This is the place where actually that unfortunate incident took place, where from actually the people tumbled on each other. They were falling on each other, where the stampede took place, where this is the place where there was a sudden rush. And right now everything appears normal, but still you will find many of the belongings. See this man, he is trying to find his belonging. He was the one who was injured. He's trying to find his belonging because some bottles are lying there, some slippers are lying there. You can find even some cosmetics lying there. You can very well understand what must have been the situation, because these belongings scattered all around on this roof top. You can see this narrates the whole story about the chaos that had been here. He is trying to collect his bottle because trying to find some of his belongings that were lying there. And you can see these slippers are still lying here. These slippers, because when the stampede took place, there's packet of chips are lying here. The slippers, the packet of chips lying here. You can very well understand what must have been situation at that point of time when this unfortunate incident took place. And from here actually people started falling, the things started getting difficult. And immediately after that the Railway Protection Force came out to this place. They tried to evacuate people. They tried to ensure that people do not face a problem. Immediately the injured were rushed to the hospital. And since then we have seen that several measures have taken place. And right now everything here appears to be smooth. They are trying to ensure that there is no problem. Special trains were made to run from this area so that they can immediately evacuate passengers to their respective destination. There is no more crowd here, no more surge of crowd here right now. But right now you can't say that anything of that sort happened. But yesterday, what we had been told by the people, that the belongings were littered around. The people had fallen on this area, and that was the time when administration also had really a tough time. But they immediately acted. They acted fast. They tried to ensure that the best of the facilities provided to injured. They are evacuated to hospital well in time so that their precious lives can be saved. And here right now the rope has been tied. They're trying to manage crowd properly, and they're trying to ensure that no more such situation exists here at any of the platforms at New Delhi railway station. Pradeep Datta for Times Now.
And NDRF Commandant Daulat Ram Chaudhary has also confirmed that the situation at the moment, because he's telling us what's happening at the moment. Today morning, the tragedy took place yesterday at around 10 p.m. and today morning, the injured have been evacuated. And also, he stated that the stampede broke out in the Magad Express, platform number 14, which prompted an immediate response. However, the NDRF has, arrived, not only arrived, they are at the spot. All the injured have been moved. The area has been cleared. At the moment, today morning, situation post that horrific tragedy under control.
अभी हालात आप लोग देख रहे हैं, नॉर्मल हालात हो गए हैं. हम अपने मेडिकल फर्स्ट रिस्पॉन्डर के जो इक्विपमेंट्स होते हैं वो लेकर के यहाँ आए हुए हैं. और जैसे ही हमें अभी यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हैं कि भी हालत ठीक है. जो जितने भी पेशेंट्स वगैरह थे उनको इवैक्यूएट कर दिया गया है. तो अभी प्रेजेंटली स्थिति नॉर्मल है.
कोई जानकारी आपको मिल पाई है कि यहाँ पर किस तरीके से इस तरह के हालात पैदा हुए, कितने लोग घायल हुए, कितने?
हमें जो प्रिलिमिनरी इन्फॉर्मेशन मिली उसमें यही हमें खबर मिली थी कि यहाँ पर प्लेटफॉर्म नंबर 14 के ऊपर भगदड़ मच गई है मगध एक्सप्रेस के अंदर. तो उसकी वजह से हमें पुलिस कंट्रोल रूम से सूचना मिली थी और उसी बेसिस के ऊपर हम लोग यहाँ आए थे.
यहाँ आए तो क्या स्थिति?
यहाँ अभी स्थिति नॉर्मल है. हम लोग आए तब तक, जब आए थे तब तक लगभग घायलों को इवैक्यूएट किया जा चुका था. तब तक हम आए थे तब तक.
तो सर क्या अभी डिप्लॉयमेंट आप लोगों की बनी रहेगी?
नहीं, अभी देखते हैं. अभी स्टेट अपना डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से बात करेंगे और उसके बाद.
Okay, we'll be shifting our focus now because viewers, as far as this entire tragedy is concerned, we heard what the NDRF had to say, and now there is a report which my colleague Pradeep Datta has filed. He has spoken to an eyewitness, a coolie rather, who works at the port, at the railway station there. He has recreated that entire sequence. Just listen in to what the eyewitnesses, the porters, had to say.
This is the place where that unfortunate incident took place, because what we had been told by the eyewitness, that people were waiting at platform number 14 so that they can board a train for Prayagraj. All of a sudden, there was an announcement. Announcement was that they were directed to move towards platform number 16, because of which there was a sudden surge of rush and people started rushing towards this side. And still you can see the telltale signs are still here. And this narrates the whole story. What really must have happened last night, you can see the bottles are lying there. Then you can see some items, the eatables also lying here. And this is the place when, because of sudden surge, there was a frantic scramble. And because of that frantic scramble, the people started tumbling over each other. And because of suffocation, many people lost their lives. And those who were injured were evacuated to hospital. This is the staircase. Though the staircase that is leading towards platform number 14, right now it has been cleared. But yesterday there was a different situation here. People were lying over each other. Some of them died because of suffocation. Last night at about 9:30, when all of a sudden they were directed to move towards other platform, and because of which there was a sudden surge, and because of which people started moving towards this side, and some people stumbled over each other, and because of suffocation they lost their life. And here there was a complete chaos, there was a complete panic. This was a place where actually the people were waiting to board a train. Right now the certain measures have been taken. You can see the rope has been tied because they are trying to manage crowd properly.
आई जा रही थी उसके लिए प्रयागराज के लिए वो 16 नंबर पर अनाउंसमेंट कर दी, भीड़ इधर उधर हुई उल्टी सीधी, तो भगदड़ में बंदे दब गए, 20-25 लोगों की मौत हो गई कम से कम। और व्यवस्थाएं नहीं थी, प्रशासन नाम मात्र के लिए था, और ये रस्सी वस्सी अभी खींची गई हैं सारी, पहले कुछ नहीं था।
अच्छा, ये भी बात आ रही थी कि 2 ट्रेनें जो थी स्वतंत्रता सेनानी और एक राजधानी जो है वो लेट हो गई थी, और एक ट्रेन जो है उसके पैसेंजर जो प्रयागराज की ट्रेन थी उसके पैसेंजर ऑलरेडी स्टेशन पे थे, जिसकी वजह से ये स्थिति
पहले थी। और उल्टी गाड़ी बोलिए, जब भीड़ बढ़ गई ना बिल्कुल भाई, पहले सेनानी के थे यहीं पे और राजधानी लेट जा रही थी उसके थे, और फिर गाड़ी उल्टी बोली है तो भीड़ तो बढ़नी है ना।
अच्छा,
हाँ, 12 नंबर पे पहुंच के पहले, तो फिर 16 पे गाड़ी बोली है स्पेशल, तो उल्टे सीधे हुए, जगह रखने के लिए जगह ही नहीं है पहले ही पैर रखने के लिए। तो
जब इस तरीके की स्थिति हुई उस वक्त क्या प्रशासन से, पुलिस की तरफ से लोग यहाँ पर पहुंचे?
नहीं, प्रशासन तो पहले था लेकिन कम था, ऐसा मालूम नहीं था कि ऐसी भगदड़ मचेगी। और फिर उस कुली भाई ने और स्टाफ वालों ने भी मदद करी यहाँ पे।
आप लोगों ने भी मदद?
हाँ, मदद करी।
कैसे ले गए आप लोग?
आप हमारी रेलिंग पे रख के ले गए, गोदी में उठा के बाहर पहुंचाया।
उस समय नई दिल्ली रेलवे स्टेशन के प्लेटफॉर्म नंबर 14 पर पटना की ओर जाने वाली मगध एक्सप्रेस और प्लेटफॉर्म नंबर 15 पर जम्मू की तरफ जाने वाली उत्तर संपर्क क्रांति खड़ी थी। इस दौरान फुट ओवर ब्रिज से 14 नंबर और 15 नंबर प्लेटफॉर्म की तरफ आने वाली सीढ़ियों पर पैसेंजर के फिसल कर गिरने से उनके पीछे के कई यात्री इसकी चपेट में आ गए और यह दुखद घटना घटित हुई। इस हादसे की उच्च स्तरीय कमेटी द्वारा जांच की जा रही है।
That was the CPRO. We heard the latest reactions coming in. In fact, there was a stunning claim by that porter, also the coolie, who said that the announcements were made that that the crowds cannot be handled. It's gone out of control. That is, of course, very, very significant. We played out that reaction as well. There's a lot of politics also happening, viewers, over this incident. We have political reactions also. So from Rahul Gandhi to Priyanka Chaturvedi, many politicians are asking some big questions from the government. This is Shiv Sena UBT MP Priyanka Chaturvedi, who has lashed out at the government over the railway station tragedy, the stampede which occurred. She has questioned the lack of accountability, and she has also criticized those who say that it's not the right time to seek answers after every tragedy. She's basically accused the government of failing the passengers. She has cited repeated derailments, saying that accountability needs to be fixed. So that's the latest which is happening. This is Priyanka Chaturvedi. Priyanka Chaturvedi herself is on the phone line. Morning, ma'am. Thank you for joining us on Times Now. Again, you've also mentioned about it, but many would say a little early in the day to start politics. What will you say about that sort of criticism which comes the opposition's way? And I'm sure you've heard that earlier as well.
No, what is it about politics? What is politics supposed to do? Politics is supposed to seek accountability. Politics is here to ensure there's effective governance. And this is not politics when you continue to have tragedy after tragedy. You continue to see passengers travel in inhuman conditions. You see derailments happen. You see train accidents happen. You see people dying due to stampedes. We saw it in Mumbai. We're seeing it in Delhi. And now we are being asked to keep our mouth shut. Keep our mouth shut till when? When is the right time? When is the appropriate time for us to expect some kind of action, some kind of accountability from those who are in positions of power? And I don't consider that politics. I consider that as my moral duty to raise my voice against incompetence.
Thank you for joining us, Priyanka Chaturvedi, Shiv Sena UBT MP. She said that this is the right time to seek accountability. Pratibha is also joining us she's also joining us from the newsroom. Pratibha, from Priyanka Chaturvedi to Rahul Gandhi, many other politicians are, asking questions and criticizing the government. Could you take us through all the reactions, which are coming in, and not just Priyanka Chaturvedi, because Rahul Gandhi is also, I believe, slammed the government over the Stampede tragedy. He said that this shows government's failure. If you could just take us through the political reactions which are coming in at the moment.
Right. So, Meenakshi, we just heard Priyanka Chaturvedi. She took to social media X, and when you asked her about what the BJP has been saying, that don't rush into the politics, she had said one needs a conscience to feel remorse and guilt for incompetence that led to loss of human lives. In the case of the Mantri, that the train of conscience left the station long ago. There will be no resignation. Instead, as INB in charge to media, will train their guns at the opposition and some mythical conspiracy theories. She says that it's not politics, it is seeking accountability. That's the opposition's job. Opposition leader in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, also has posted on social media X in Hindi. Let's translate it for our viewers. He says the news of many people losing their lives, many getting injured due to the stampede at New Delhi railway station is extremely sad and distressing. I express my deepest condolences to the bereaved families and hope for a swift recovery for the injured. This incident once again highlights the failure of the railway and the insensitivity of the government, given the large number of devotees headed to Prayagraj. Better arrangements should have been made at the station. The government and administration should ensure that no one loses their life due to the mismanagement and negligence. So Rahul Gandhi as well going on to say that this is a case of clear mismanagement as well as negligence.
So, thank you, Pratibha, for taking us through all those reactions. Pratibha took us through multiple reactions of the opposition leaders, from Rahul Gandhi to Priyanka Chaturvedi, others who are asking big questions of the government. Pradeep and Tetri also live with us. Pradeep, as far as the government is concerned, ex gratia announced, also a high-level inquiry has been ordered, isn't it, Pradeep?
Yes, you're absolutely right, because express relief has been announced that they are going to pay 10 lakh to next of the kin of deceased, while 2.5 lakh will be paid to the critically injured patient, and 1 lakh will be given to those who have got the minor injuries. But then one thing is clear, that nothing is going to compensate for the people who have lost their near and dear ones. And the second thing is that already government has initiated an inquiry, because they are going to fix an accountability. Now, in inquiry, what we have been told, that they are going to, they're going to scan CCTV footage, because several CCTV cameras are installed here, so they will be scanning all the CCTV footage and try to find out what exactly happened. The second, they are also going to talk to Eyewitness and try to know their account also, their side of the story, what really had happened, what they really saw happened at last night at about 9:30 p.m. And third is that they will also be interacting with officials who were present on the spot, and they try to assess the situation on the ground. But yes, one thing is clear, that there was a kind of a mismanagement, because what we have been told by the people, that there was excess sale of tickets. The question arises, why there was an excess sale of tickets. The second is that the platforms were jam-packed at that time. And third thing was that all of a sudden there was an announcement. When there was a platform was jam-packed, all of a sudden there is an announcement that you move towards the other platform where the train is there, you can board the train. So suddenly the people started rushing, and they started moving from the staircase, and that was the place where actually the stampede took place. That led to suffocation. 18 people lost their life, which included 14 women, and many people are injured right now. They're undergoing treatment. So right now, what authorities are trying to do, they're trying to ensure that all those people who are injured, their lives are saved, their precious lives are saved.
So since Pradeep, you're talking about the injured, and how at the moment the focus is not, on anything but to save the life of those injured. It's only right that we go to Tetri. She's also outside the LNJP hospital. Tetri, I believe many of those injured are at that hospital where you are present at the moment. One, give us an update really on those injured, unfortunately those deceased, and also help us understand what exactly led to this tragedy.
Basically, there are a number of individuals, those who are injured in this entire stampede, and in fact the exact number of injured individuals is not out yet. But yes, we are reporting from LNJP hospital, where continuously the ambulance have been coming up since midnight, and in fact as our colleagues have also been reporting since midnight, at that particular point of time when this entire incident took place. And the individuals have been brought over here at LNJP hospital. As of now, the number of individuals who are injured is not clear, but sources reveal that, the number of deaths is approximately above 15. So yes, more than 15 people have lost their lives in this entire tragic incident. Now we'll have to see that how many of them are injured. And in fact, these are the visuals that we are giving you, in fact, outside LNJP hospital. However, the media is restricted to move outside to go inside this LNJP hospital. But you can see, in fact, we'll show you at the right side also, in fact, the visuals so as to how this kind of security is deployed over here. Remember that the political leaders are also coming over here. LG also visited the hospital late midnight. The former Chief Minister Atishi also visited this particular hospital, and in fact that is why the security is heightened over here. The relatives of the injured ones are coming over here, and in fact they are extremely disappointed by the fact that their relatives went to offer prayers at Kumbh and take a holy dip at the Kumbh, but they were not expecting that something like this could have happened over here. And in fact we also did speak to few of individuals, few of relatives who were here, who came for the treatment of their family members, and in fact they have also mentioned that there are a number of individuals who have been hospitalized over here since midnight, but the number is not clear yet, but just they are praying for their speedy recovery. But yes, now we'll have to see that what's the exact number, and in fact a high-level inquiry has already been ordered by the Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav, and
yes, you're rightly telling us that a high-level inquiry has been ordered. That's something Pradeep was also telling us about and obviously giving us all the details. Meanwhile, viewers, as we're getting you the latest updates, there are heart-wrenching testimonies of those who are survivors and eyewitnesses. The eyewitnesses are painting a grim picture of what really happened at that New Delhi railway station. They're recounting that horror. They're describing how the platform itself was overcrowded. It was sheer panic and the victims collapsing due to suffocation, which led to this terrible tragedy. Listen into all the reactions.
We are currently present at platform number 16, and this is where people are also alleging that a stampede-like situation was created here as well, and there was a lot of ruckus created. We'll open this up, have a conversation with the people who are key eyewitnesses. यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, आपने क्या देखा, अपना नाम बताएं पहले।
मेरा नाम सालू सिंह है जी। जो औरत लेडीज जो जिसका कांड हुआ है, जो भी घटना हुआ, ये हमारे आंख के सामने हुआ, और वो लेडीज ये बात हमसे खुद तक बोल रही थी कि बाबू लग रहा है मैं नहीं बचूंगी।
ये देखा आप लोगों ने देखा क्या?
मैंने ये चीज देखा कि वो इतनी दबी हुई थी, इतनी ज्यादा दबी हुई थी।
कितने लोग थे, कितने लोग आप बोल रहे हो?
बहुत लोगों की तो कोई कमी नहीं है मैडम,
गिनती नहीं हो सकती, इतने सारे लोग थे,
उसकी गिनती नहीं है।
और वहाँ पे कितने लोग आपको लगा कि दबे हुए हैं?
अरे बहुत लोग दबे हुए हैं, उसमें तो गिनती नहीं है, बहुत से लोग।
जो भीड़ थी,
अच्छा,
बहुत ही ज्यादा तादाद में भीड़ थी, जिसके वजह से लोग भागदौड़ी में कुछ लोग दब गए पैरों के नीचे, जो उठ नहीं पाए।
आपके सामने आप कह रहे हैं कि आपने देखा लोगों का दम घुट रहा था, वहाँ पे क्या हो रहा था? वहाँ पे उनको कोई बचाने निकला?
पुलिस वाले एक थे जो कंट्रोल कर रहे थे, मगर उनका कंट्रोल का बाहर था। ये बताइए, अगर खुद हम लोग अपनी जान नहीं बचा पाए तो फिर दूसरे को कैसे बचा?
आप लोग वहाँ से कैसे निकले?
दब के निकले, अपने सांस।
There is a lot of panic here. You can see they're still recounting the horror. क्या बोल रहे हैं मैम? क्या हुआ? अपना नाम बताएं।
गुड़िया सिंह।
हुआ क्या?
अरे बहुत भीड़ में हम लोग दबे हुए थे, इतने हम लोग जान ऐसे फंसा के कोई लेके जा रहा था, कहीं हाथ जा रहा है, कहीं पैर फंस रहा है, कहीं चुन्नी फंस रहा है, बहुत ज्यादा भीड़ था।
आप लोगों ने भी देखा?
All right, eyewitnesses recounting the horror. They're talking about how the platforms were jam-packed, how the entire incident unfolded. We'll keep an eye on all the updates related to this tragedy from the national capital. As of now, slipping into a short commercial break.